Hey YouTube, welcome to my shop. I'm Mike Head and I appreciate you stopping by. I've just started a few new projects for my shop, in the quest to find organization in a small shop that has a lot of equipment. I've decided to make a couple of saw blade holders, containers, for my Freud Super Dado and for my other Freud table saw blades and my cutoffs, my circular saws, and my sliding miter. So before I start getting into this, I don't know if anybody saw my last video, but I made a bandsaw box for one of my daughters, and when her sister saw it, it seems that she liked it so much that if I didn't make her one, she'd have probably disowned me. So I thought I better get out in the shop and make her one. So I completed this just today, so it's all ready for her. I hope she enjoys it. But anyway, let me show you what I've done as far as starting on my saw containers, my saw blade containers. Hang on. Alrighty then, I've got the lumber all milled up. This is plywood, cabinet grade plywood. It's right on a 1/2 inch thick. It's 7 plies. It's nice plywood. I got it with the other stuff, so I thought I'd put it to use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making 2 boxes. The box over here will have 11 sliding out panels for the 10-inch blades, the circular saw and the table saw. The one over here, the large opening, will be for the Freud Super Dado, and then the other compartment will be, I've got 3 panels that'll be similar to this but put on the vertical to hold the 12-inch blades. They will be held, the blades will be held on the panel with magnets, and there'll be a door on the front, covering this, but I've just left it this way on SketchUp so the scenes I could get closer to, I've got to kind of have everything drawn out, or I have to do things twice. So I've got, all the dimensions ready to go. And what I've done is I've put the dimensions on the pieces of wood. Now this box over here that's going to have the 11 10-inch blades, I'm going to use my newly acquired Porter Cable Bisquit jointer. So that'll be the first time I use that. So we'll see how that goes. And then when I do the 12-inch blade holder and the dado set holder, I'm going to use my newly acquired Kreg K-4 pocket screws, which is also new. So the first video, I think I'll concentrate on the 10-inch with the biscuits, and then I'll follow it up with the 13-inch with the pocket screws. So let's get this thing going and see where it takes us. Well, it's a nippy morning in Southern California. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, it's been raining. I got up this morning, I look at my bedroom window, I'm going, why's the neighbor squirting my bedroom window? No neighbor. The sky was crying, and it's been a long time since I've seen that. Well, welcome very much. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is I'm working on the 10-inch saw blade box, and both boxes are going to be a 1/2 inch. So I want to use these little aughts, these number 0 beach biscuits, and I want to make sure everything's lined up and right. I'm using the Porter cable, my new acquisition, and let's see how this baby works. Looks like it's pretty much centered right in the middle of the board. So I tried one of these. Let's see how that works. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So, since this is the first time I'm using this biscuit, well, what Porter Cable calls it a plate joiner. I think most everybody else calls it a biscuit. But anyway, since I know this is set, I think I'll get on the box and biscuit that up and join the box up, and we'll go from there, see how it comes out. I'm happy about this. One thing for sure, I'm going to have to hook it up to the dust collector, or I'm going to be up to my butt in sawdust before I know it. So I don't want to forget that part. Well, moving right along, I've got the 12-inch saw blade box glued up and ready for sanding. I've got the saw blade holders ready. The saw blades will be held on with a 5/8" dowel, a very short one, and then rare earth magnets to hold it to the plate. And then this will have a cover on it. This is opened up for my Freud Super Stack Dado. And then the 10-inch, it's ready to go. I've got it it's all dry fit, so now I got to take it apart, put the glue on it, do it all over again, let it sit there, and then it'll be ready for sanding. So one step at a time. I'll see you in a little while. All right. There's the 10-inch saw container glued up and drying and waiting for sandpaper. So you know, the Bessies may be a little overkill, but since it's the first time I used biscuits, I thought it might be the first time I used a Bessie, and I like them. The biscuits I like too. It went together easier than I thought it would. So you know, the pocket screws, I mean, kind of basically on the pocket screw on the 12-inch saw blade container, when you screw it down, if it's cut straight, it's kind of square. Where, you know, the biscuits have a little movement in it, but you know, nothing that can't be squared up. So anyway, sanding, staining, and finishing. Next step's coming. Well, the boxes are pretty much done. I've lined them with red wood stripping just to cover up the plywood, the laminates. So the doors will go on here to cover that up. But it's down to a couple of quick coats of shellac, and we're getting close to in use. Well, YouTube, there it is. My do-it-yourself shop-made saw blade containers. Now, this one, for the 12-inch, I used pocket screws first time, and I've got to say I really liked them. I used plywood. I covered the edges of the plywood with some red oak, and this is for the 12-inch blades. I've made three slots for it, and you know, I really don't know why I've only got 2 blades, and I don't expect that I'll buy another one, but I've got 2 extra spaces if I need it. Then for my Freud Super Dado, I made it big enough to where I could get my hands in it. When it was up in the cupboard, I had to use a screwdriver to get it out. So I thought, you know, keep all the saw blades together. I've got, on the 10-inch one, I've got different size drawers for, you know, other dados that I have. I used bamboo for the drawer covers. Just because I had it, and you know, at $15 a board foot, you know, why not? It's for the shop. So the bamboo, the plywood is birch plywood, and I put some Spanish oak stain on it just to give it a little color. And then the bamboo is left clear. I just put shellac on it. I put shellac on everything, but no stain on the bamboo, just clear. I really like it. First time I've ever really cut bamboo. It cuts real nice long grain, but boy, across the grain, it can splinter. So you got to have real sharp dados and real sharp saw blades to give it a nice clean cut, because bamboo splinters a lot more than any wood I've used. But I really like it. It's very porous, but it has a kind of a nice look. So I'm pretty happy with the way they came out. Why don't I give you a closer up view and show you how these drawers work and stuff. Okay. I only have one 12-inch blade, but what it is I've drilled some holes so you can get it out, and then on these I put some magnets. They really won't hold it, you know, upside down or anything, but it'll hold it in this position good enough to use it. I ran out of quarter, so I had some pegboard that I used. And on the, as I say, on the 10-inch, you know, I've got drawers a little bigger for the stacked dado that I had. Down here is this old wobbler. I don't know if you've ever used it. If you don't have a dado, if you can find a wobbler at the thrift store for a couple of bucks, they're better than nothing. But when they're tight, they're pretty good. And this one goes a little under a 1/4 inch, where the Freud and the other one, they're right at a 1/4 inch. And it was, you know, for the drawers it's nice. I wanted slop, but you know, for in here I needed it tight, so I used the wobbler to make the dados in the bamboo. And then, you know, these they don't have magnets because they're sitting down like this, but I did put a peg in the middle to kind of keep them from sliding around. So that's the way it works. Keep all your blades nice and organized, neat, and keep them from banging around. So, you know, it was material I had in the garage and I used it, and I'm happy that I did. So anyway, YouTube, I appreciate you stopping by and taking a look. And it's a few days before Christmas 2014, so I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year and the best of everything. Y'all take care.